Alright, hey guys, today we have 5 new cards, including a Paladin Quest and new Elemental Synergy cards. So take a look at the first one, Blaze Caller, 6/6 for 7 Elemental. If you played an Elemental last turn, deal 5 damage. So this card is pretty crazy good, right? It's a conditional Firelands portal, but it summons a 6/6 Elemental every single time. And in an elemental deck, having played an elemental the previous turn probably isn't hard. So yeah, this card is crazy high on the power level. Like, it's often actually just better than Firelands Portal in an elemental deck. Also, it curves nicely into the 8-drop elemental as well, because this card is an elemental itself. So yeah, not much to say about this card other than it's gonna be a staple in elemental decks. Yep, pretty strong. The thing I don't like about the elemental theme that they're pushing is that it kind of promotes Curvestone. Like, just play your elemental into your elemental into your elemental, and hopefully you win the game. It's not really the type of gameplay I like, but hopefully it's not as linear as we think. Next card, Servant of Kalamos. So 4/5 for 5. Battle Cry. If you played an elemental last turn, discover an elemental. So this is kind of like the elemental Draconid operative, except the stats are more balanced. It's a 4/5 instead of a 5/6. So far we've seen the elemental Firelands portal and the elemental Draconid operative. Oops, wrong card. Yeah. So basically they're just giving it kind of cards that already exist, just with a different tag on them. Slightly weaker or more situational. Overall, this card is pretty solid, I think. Yeah, you can discover like the Elemental Legendary or the Firelands Portal guy. Just yeah, a lot of good stuff. Even like Alakir. I guess you can't discover Ragnaros anymore because that's wild now, but yep, good card. What did I do? Where did my cam go? There we go. Sorry about that. Next one. Ravenous something that I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. Actually, I'll try it. Pterodax? I don't know. Pterodax? I guess the P is silent, right? Like pterodactyl, so it's just pterodax. Okay. 4/4 beast for 4. Battle cry. Destroy a friendly minion to adapt twice. So if you're playing like a tokeny zoo deck, this is actually potentially very, very good. Because you can like destroy a 1/1 or something, and then, or like destroy your possessed villager, and then get a 4/4 Wind Fury stealth, for example, or something or another. Yeah, pretty solid card overall. The drawback might be too much. It depends like what type of cards we have to go with this. In a format like Wild with Nerubian eggs and stuff, though, this is potentially insane. Like, you have so many token generators and stuff you'd like to blow up. But yeah, in Standard, I don't know if this will make the cut in Discard Zoo. Probably not. Like, destroying a friendly minion is actually kind of a large downside sometimes. I mean, I guess if you play it on 4 and you don't have any other minions, then you just get a 4/4 for 4. It's kind of weak. Has potential, but I'm not seeing that much viability right now at the moment. But it has potential to be absurd if you get the right two adapts that you want. Alright, then we have the Paladin quest. This is an interesting one. Cast 6 spells on your minions. Reward is the Galvadon. So you have to play like full buff or pants paladin, whatever you like to call it. Pants is like a magic term for playing enchantments and equipments on your minions. So yeah, I guess the idea is that you play a deck that has a ton of buffs in it, and then you play the Galvadon, and then you give him Wind Fury and Stealth, which is very likely because you adapt 5 times. And then you play a buff on the Galvadon, and you just one-shot your opponent. So I guess that's the idea behind this deck. It's kind of like a tempo combo deck where you want to get tempo with playing cheap, efficient minions and suiting them up with buffs, and then having Galvadon as your win condition. I'm not sure how strong it'll be. This deck probably end up being too slow, but it's kind of neat. I don't really look forward to losing to the Galvadon with Stealth and Wind Fury, though, if that happens to me. But I like the idea that they're pushing. It's a cool deck to build around, right? So yeah, interesting design. Something I'll want to try out, even if it ends up not being very viable. The thing is, since you have to cast 6 spells on your minions, you have to play like every single buff card that exists, basically, to be able to pull this off. Unless you're running a deck with a lot of cycle or something. Alright, next card. Evolving Spores. So, when I first saw this, I just think of Egg Druid and not really much else. Like, it's the only type of Druid deck right now that's going to be able to spam a bunch of cheap little minions onto the board. Adapt your minions. This isn't like a very exciting card. It's probably unplayable trash the more that I think about it. Like, Soul of the Forest isn't even that amazing, and it's probably better than this card. I mean, I guess this card is better at Alpha Striking, like giving +3 attack to everything or something, but meh. I don't have much to say about this one. It's not very exciting to me. Kind of underwhelming. Like, sure, there's a potential, but it requires you to have a board already. Anything that requires you to have a board already is a bit sketchy. So yeah, that's the 5 cards for today. I will be reviewing more cards as they come out. It seems we only have 2 more days of reviews because they're going to be dumping the rest of the cards on Friday. So yeah, stay tuned for that one, guys, and see you guys for the next review.